Good. Today is Tuesday, June the 25th, 2024. It's currently 2:15 p.m., 2:15 a.m. Eastern Time, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. My book is just being published today. The title is The 8K Family Handbook, How to Do a Spiritual Background Check and find out your magical abilities. Yesterday, I weighed myself. I was 349 pounds. I've been plateaued around 380s, 370, but mostly I was staying around 380s and 90s. My highest recorded weight was 429, which I believe was somewhere around 440 pounds. And I did not eat that time. So when I had weighed myself, I was 429 to 430. But I have a video that has the scales tipped to 429. So from 400 to 29, I dropped down to all the way to 361. And during that time, that was in 2022. That 2022 was the best year of my life so far. From 2021 to 2022 was the best year of my life. The worst year was 2016 and 2023. In 2023, I broke my leg, my fifth metatarsal, a bone on my foot that I broke it. I was coming down the stairs carrying two grocery bags, no, not grocery bags, laundry bags. And I was going down too fast. And I reached the last step. I misstep, I slip, and I hit a gunshot. I broke my leg. That's when it happened. And when I broke my leg, I was 367 pounds. And I started eating a lot because I couldn't walk. I couldn't go get the food. I couldn't do anything. The only thing I could do is to order the food, which I order food, they ban my account. I ordered so much food. So when I decided to start to lose weight, I started dropping from 367 pounds to all the way to 359 pounds. Something else happened. My mother got hit by a car and certain other things happened, and I start eating emotionally again. And I start eating, and I ate a lot. Usually when I ate when I'm depressed. And when I'm depressed, I ate so much, and the food that I was eating was nothing but garbage. The food that I was eating was not good for me. It was terrible. And I started gaining a lot of weight. The food that I was eating primarily was spaghetti, pasta, burgers, and I was eating a lot of fast food. And it was so bad, then my liver, I had a fatty liver, so my liver become inflamed. My liver become swollen because of all the toxic things that I was putting in my body. I had went and get what they call a sleep apnea test. I have obstructive sleep apnea. So my neck is too big. My mother, she told me I have a bull neck. And when I was getting the sleep apnea, that was in 2021, I never received the machine. They never sent the machine. But when I was 429 pounds, I couldn't sleep well. Every time I tried to sleep, I would choke on my sleep because my throat will collapse and I couldn't breathe. And when that happened, the air could not flow through my throat, my esophagus, and go down to my lung. And I would wake up in the middle of the night gasping for air because I couldn't breathe. So when I dropped the weight, I dropped 50 pounds. I was a little bit better. I could breathe. I could sleep better, and things got a little bit, there was a little bit of amelioration. And now I am 349, which is the lowest I ever been, concerning since 2013. The lowest I ever recorded myself was 295. Besides that, from 295, and I got up from college just eating and do things, and I got all the way up to 429. So now, and I never received the CPAP machine. Thank you, Shirlene. My husband was like that. He's currently on CPAP machine. I never received my CPAP machine, and it's been since 2021. It's been 3 years. They never sent it. But when I'm losing the weight, I've done better now. I had recorded my voice. I was recording me sleeping, and I just I just I just breathe better. I don't snore that loud. Sometimes I don't snore at all. Especially when I walk out a lot and I go to sleep, I just go to sleep for 6, 7 hours, and then when I wake up, I realize I've been sleeping for that long. So and I decided to continue on losing weight, and I'm doing better. So the reason then again I make these videos for documentation and encouragement, because my heart excuse me, my heart was wrapped around in fat. What happened is when you are overweight, obese, morbidly obese, your heart do not pump the proper way. There is not enough blood that pass through your vein and your artery that will keep you alive. You are living, but you are living on a miracle. You are living by chance. At any other moment, something else could happen. For instance, during the 2020 fiasco, there were certain things that was happening. Fortunately for me, I did not cut it. People around me caught it. A lot of them are no more. But being in that size, and I didn't cut it. So things like this, it could be a simple fever, but because of your weight, it can be deadly. A simple hospital stay could be fatal because your heart is too much fat in there. So when I went to the doctor, my blood pressure was 157 over 94, which was stage 2 hypertension. That was when I was 409. When I dropped down to 363, I went to the doctor and they checked my blood pressure. It dropped down to 130. Now I'm peaking around 114, 115. My blood pressure is good. And like I said before, I do not have diabetes, which is a miracle. So I'm doing the best to lose the weight. I have this schedule for 6 months. In 6 months, I should be in the 200s. From 349, I have 6 months to lose 49 pounds. But I'm fasting a lot. I just got off a 40-day fast. Doing that 40-day water fast, I lost 40-day water fast from 389 to 349. I lost 50 pounds. So I'm continuing. I'm gonna do another 40 days, which is started today. I'm doing a 40-day fast, another 40-day water fast, and the weight is burning. I realized when I did my water fast, the weight never come back. It never came back. And I try hard to put it back though. I've been eating a lot, and it's just, it couldn't come back. So in conclusion, I'm gonna keep on going, and I do my 5,000 steps every day to 10,000 steps. I walk around the hood, and at night I make a little 10-15 minutes video just to update until I reach my next goal is 330. I'm 349. I need 329. My next goal. I need to lose 20 pounds to reach that goal because I already reached my next goal. My previous goal was 350, so I dropped down from 419 to 350. So I'll, oh, excuse me, I'll keep you folks posted. Uh-oh. Ah, there you go. The app just sent me something here. Almost, can't see it. Almost 5 days. I set it up for 5 days of working out. I got my 5,000 steps on. Okay. Walking is very good. I walk 12 to 15 miles a day, 5 days a week. I was 260. I'm currently 175. I lost that in 4 months. That's good. That's good. I can't walk that long. I can't walk 12 to 15 miles. 12 to 15 miles is too much for me. 5 miles a day, that's the highest I can do it, which is 5,000 to 10,000 steps. Because the thing is, I do not want to put that much stress on my body. Because, of course, like I said, I broke my leg in 2023. I broke the fifth metatarsal of my leg. That's why I gained all this weight. I was depressed. I was eating a lot, and I was alone. I had nobody. My mother go to work, and I am the only person in the house. And I recently have come out of a terrible relationship. My daughter, she's not here, so I was the only person here. The only thing I could do is order food and eat, and watching TV shows, and reading a lot of books. And I was putting a lot of weight. Yes, I am in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So I ate a lot of food, so that's when I gained all the weight. Now I gotta drop all of them back, and I can't walk too much. There's a brand new YMCA gym that is open next to me. I go there. I walk out a lot though, and I've been getting a lot stronger. When I was younger, I was bulky. I was that gym bro, but the older you get, there are certain lessons you only learn them with time. Time is the greatest teacher of all time. And when I got older, I'm 35 now, and I start learning it's not all about physical. There is a lot of mental stuff. I started to work in my mental health in 2020. I start to take it very seriously. Not that I have any huge mental health issue, but anyone that live in the US, you have mental health issue. No matter who you are, the moment you are, whether you're a US citizen or you're a US immigrant, anybody that's been living in the US for at least a week, you will have mental issue. You will have some mental health things. So I had start doing self-therapy, and I start doing introspection. I start reminiscing. I have a book called a control book, which is CB. I wrote down all the people that I have hurt for the past few years of my life. The people that I accidentally and on purpose hurt, people that I have done wrong because I was a very arrogant person. I was very prideful. I thought everybody was beneath me. I treat certain people like garbage because of a certain skills and capabilities that I had. And I have hurt those people. So some of them I called them, I apologize. Some of them I had made amend unto them. I literally have to pay them money because of the things that I've said unto them and hurt them. Mostly feelings and certain things, of course, it was physical. And my cousin, for instance, there in 2015, my grandmother died, and it hurt. I did not know how to deal with this. I had a lot of anger battling up, and I went to the funeral, and there was a dude there, and I was already angry. I was dealing with my ex-girlfriend, so to speak, issue in the house with my daughter, and I went to the funeral, and there was a dude there. When he was making joke, cracking on people, and he cracking on me, I let that go. And then he made a joke that was so offensive to me, which was about my weight, and that's when take me off. And when I turned around, I was already angry, and I saw him in my mind. I saw him attacking one of my cousins, and I saw him wrapping around my cousin as if he was hurting her. So I run up full speed onto him, and then I punch him, and I start punching him, and one of my cousins grabbed me, and she was yelling at me. She said, "What the hell you are doing? What are you doing? He's not hurting her. He just helped. She slipped. She was gonna fall, and he caught her." And then my cousin is a little bit big, so he was trying to wall her, to put her back on her feet. And then I thought he attacked her, and then I went there and I started beating the dude, and his face was swollen. And I took my anger out of him, and that was wrong of me. I had to apologize, and I made amend unto him. I paid him money, and I apologized. I made my mea culpa unto him. There are other people that I hurt. A girl in high school, she had a huge crush on me, and she had somewhat confessed her love unto me, and the answer that I gave unto her was not correct. So I saw her on Facebook, and she was never the same after that. I saw her on Facebook. I sent her some message, and I apologized. I talked to her, and she's in another place. Not she's very far from here, and I planning to meet with her and pay amend unto her. So those are the introspection, the things that I was dealing with. For instance, in 2013, some of you may have heard, or you may have been familiar with the term NoFap. NoFap was a term utilized for men that was battling porn addiction, which I had a terrible thing or terrible addiction concerning pornography when I was in my youth. So I was dealing with that, and I kicked this addiction. It almost destroyed me. Of course, it did destroy a part of my teenagehood because I was exposed onto it earlier on. For those of you that may be familiar with the internet back in 2005 when MySpace came out, High Five. The internet was not as restricted as it is now. It was like an open range. There was a lot of thing on YouTube. You could watch filth on YouTube. So I got exposed to the side of this industry, and I start watching a lot of filth, and I was abusing myself a lot more. Instead of me going out there with my girl and going with my friend, do stuff, I was locked up in my room and then consume this garbage, and it's really rotting my mind. It took me several years to properly reject it and rewired my brain and make my mind work. And when in 2016, when no, 2015, my daughter was born in 2014, and in 2015, I kicked this thing out. The moment I kicked it out, I started a business, and I was making 10 G's a month, and then my business crashed in 2016. So all those things, the trauma, the things that I didn't want to deal with, stuff that happened to me when I was a child, the way that I was treated versus my sister, which was the whole all-time favorite of the family, because my father was he was not there. My sister father, my stepfather, was a great father unto me, and he was the sole provider of the house, and he was a well respected man, and my sister was also well respected. And the fact that they always raise her above me, she by giving her the title of being smarter and cuter and things like that. As a kid, growing up jealous and all these things, they add up, and I didn't want to deal with them. Being felt like the black sheep of the family, all this stuff. Don't get me wrong, I had the best childhood of my life. I had the best teenagehood. However, there were certain unhealthy stuff that happened which I didn't deal with. So I deal with them, but I deal with them by filling them with food. Food is like my drugs. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I never did any drugs, I never did none of this. But food was my main man. Was my dealer. So when I am depressed, I hit a hell of a lot. Okay, when I am sad, I eat. So now I had, through introspection and not self medication, self meditation, I had kicked this bad habit, and I cut off the sugar. I cut sugar. I stopped eating sugar for about, I'll say, 7 months now. I stopped drinking soda in 2010. It's been 14 years. So all those things, they add up. My face is clear up. I had terrible candida on my tongue. My tongue was like all yellowish thing. When I went to the 40-day fast, all that is gone. My face used to be all messed up, acne, it cleared out. My arm, this used to be all messed up. I have a bunch of acne and things. It's all clear out. I had like a somewhat a mold on my back, and it hurt. It felt like an ulcer. When I apply pressure on it, it hurt. After the 40-day fast is gone, I had terrible dandruff. Oh boy, ooh, I had the worst dandruff ever. It's all gone. After 12 days, I realized when I scratch my head, the dandruff is gone. So I am healing at a rapid pace. I am very honored to be a part of this. So my next 40-day fast will begin tomorrow, and it should be ended in August 4th. So I'm starting this. This is personal. I wish not anybody would try what I'm doing. 40-day water fast is no joke. Okay, I have this thing here. I have all the element, the probiotics. This is what you would need. This is a 50,000 IU, 50,000 IU vitamin D3, which I was and still low on. Calcium and magnesium citrate. So those are the things that I took, and this is for my sleep apnea. I stopped taking this because the sleep apnea is kind of gone. So I have those things here. Plus I microdose, and it helped me a lot, clear my head, and I've done a lot of stuff. So there's progress. There's also failure, which both light and darkness, the knowledge of good and evil, you need both to survive. And the key word for me is equilibrium. I try to balance everything. But fast food, I had caught my love with fast food. I had to break up with her. However, now anytime I need fast food, I make them. For instance, if I need a mac chicken, which I love, I made it from scratch. I bought the flour, everything, make the bread, bought the chicken, clean it, season it, put it, fry it, and there it tastes marvelous. It tastes heavenly. One of the main reasons why I stopped eating fast food throughout my studies, and I have these books right here, and I've been studying it all over. And some of the books that I read, mostly the books that I read for the past few months, I realized that cooking is alchemy, a form of alchemy, so to speak. Cooking is magic. Cooking, when you're cooking, you add salt, water, you add the spice, so you all do, it's chemistry. You are mixing things and you are coming with a taste. However, there is one part of cooking that people tend to ignore, and it is called the vibration or the frequency of the cook. For instance, when you go to those fast food or any restaurant, somebody cook your food, which is good. However, it will depend on the person vibration. This person may have been dealing with stuff at home. The wife may not be behave. The husband is doing something else. The children are horrible. She or he is not happy. So all those emotions go into the food. That's why when you eat your homemade food, your grandma food, or your mother's food, it tastes better. It tastes different because there's a love that go into this food. There's an attention and details that go into this. But when you go outside, you go eat outside, people just don't care. They are working here, they're not getting paid, they just put this thing together, whatever, man, and stuff. They are making your food, they are thinking about something else. So never take anything personal. Okay, so that's why when I'm eating my food, I clear out whatever energy that is in it with my mind. I just say a few stuff, what people calling prayer. I just say it and then I clear the food. So it's better for me when I'm eating, I cook my food. I've been cooking like non-stop. Doing my 40-day fast, I watch like hundreds of YouTube videos of people cooking. And I add a lot of them. So I've been cooking a lot, and it's helping me getting stuff. I realized one thing, for instance, I used to take my daughter and her friends to a restaurant I like. And when we order our food, the total usually come around 97, $95 plus $20 tip. Say $119 for me, her, and her friend. Three of us. Breaking news: food is expensive, which is good. That doesn't bother me. Everything expensive. They've been expensive. This doesn't bother me. When I calculated, I went home. I had pulled the ingredient from online, and I contemplated. I meditated. I said, you know what? Let me try to make this food. So I bought the ingredient, which cost me about $10 to $15. Beloved, let me tell you, once I make this food, it tastes 10 times better than the food that I bought at the restaurant. And it cost me $15. With $15, I made this food for 5 days. I had so much of it, I made it for 5 days. I made a portion the first few days, it lasted me for 5 days. So with me spending 95, 97 to $120 in this restaurant, I decided, okay, well, I'm gonna go there only on occasion. I'm just simply gonna be cooking food. Now, every restaurant I'm craving for, I have a list that I wrote down all the ingredients and I bought them. I bought those, the little plastic, little Ziploc bags. I bought a bag of it, and I bought a lot of food, and I just marinated the thing, and I put it in there and freeze them in the freezer. And anytime I need food, like right now it's 2:45. Of course, I'm fasting, so I would just go over there and then put it and cook it and eat it, so I don't have to pay that much. It's not about the money. It's never about the money. It's never about how much money you make. It is always about how much money you save. It is always how much money you keep. It's never about how much money you spend. It is always how much money that you put away. So food expensive, rent and all that, it's a part of life. It's supposed to be expensive. Children, I see people complaining how kids is so expensive and stuff. They're supposed to. Your child's supposed to give you issue, give you problem. That's how you grow. Life, raising kids supposed to be hard. It's not a joke. It's not like something it's not like a phone or some kind of social media thing you can treat anyway. It's hard. Kids, children will make you laugh. They will make you cry. It's part of it. So the hard time, maybe because I was born in a hard time and raised up and see hard time as something that I normalize. But those things, they should be hard. That's how you grow. Pain promotes growth. So that's what I'm going through right now. But anyway, it's been 30 minutes. I went over the limit. I gotta go ahead and go to sleep. Tomorrow morning I'll wake up early. I already did my 5,000 steps. So therefore today I meet my quota. So at night I will go live again. So I go live every night mostly and then during the day. So thank you for watching. You folks have a nice day. Peace. Oh, what the? What is that? Is that how to turn this thing off? Oh boy, technology. There we go. Is that thing off? How do you think? Here